Changing memories. My name is Jesus Aleke. I'm a member of the Complementary Medical Association and International Alliance of Holistic Therapists, both of the United Kingdom. I have certifications in psychology and classroom teaching. Introduction. So let us define memory. Memory is a part of the brain where data or information is encoded, put into a format that can be stored in your brain, stored, form a recognizable pattern from the encoded data, retrieved, trace back what is stored from a cue and convert back into a comprehensible format. Therefore, memory is the retention of information over time for the purpose of influencing future actions. Foundation. As you can see with the pictures, it's like stacks. Things come in procedurally. You should understand that when you store only 3 things in your memory, the first one will be the base, and the second will be stored upon the principles of the first, while the third will be based on the first and second foundations. It's like a layer process. The first things we learn influences the subsequent ones, and also the subsequent ones are influencing the first ones. It has an interwoven effect. Seeing the spiral, you understand that evolution happens in memory. And memory is often understood as a place where information is processed. Using our senses, we can bring in and process memory for short or long-term memory, okay? Information stored in the long-term memory most times pass through a form of rehearsal or attentive repetition. You should understand that memory is not a perfect processor because it is affected by many factors. These factors are usually what is already contained in your memory or your belief. For human memories, the result is the addition or mix of a new and old data. This simply means that the exact things you get through your senses are not processed, stored, or retrieved exactly. Languages evolved based on this principle. You see a native English-speaking person, but they have various forms of saying the same thing. You want to go, you want to go, are you going? They are saying the same thing, but in different forms. Important. One of the important things that you must understand is that our processor or mind tries to make sense out of events or experiences based on what we already know. And then it will use it to create patterns and store them in our memory. This structure of creating patterns shape how we behave, how we relate with people, how we communicate with people. We're going to talk about how we behave and relationship a lot in this program. As you can see, the images are clustered with write-ups. Now, it basically shows the lady who is like closing her mouth from saying what she wants to say. So if you really want to create a better memory of past events, the best way is not to shut yourself up, okay? It's better you recreate it with a better belief, then it will cut through and join existing patterns to form new ones. This concept is great when one wants to really do away with past hurts rather than try to suppress it. You know, suppressing it can be called repressed feelings, or repression is a stifled or choked hurtful events of the past. When you intend to forget it, by suffocating it, it will not go. Our memories are infinite. It basically does not do away with stored information, but we can walk around existing information to create better ones. Repressed feelings will eventually take new patterns and infiltrate your attitude or behavior in the future if you don't take care of it. That is why it is advised to recreate it instead of suppressing it. For example, a person who is bit by a snake is technically afraid of any living or inanimate objects resembling reptiles. But there is a solution. One can create a new event after some study or deliberation. You cook up some belief for yourself, and then you will have to bring up back that bad memory and fit the new belief into it. This is the awesome aspect of our imperfect memory. It can break and join things to give you peace. Okay, you can see some pictures. To my left is migraine because of numbers. To my right, it's not easy, but it's simple. That's what I'm assuring you. So let us say that you see a number like 4,500. And because you have numbers 0 to 9 stored in your memory, including learning what 1,000 and so is, you can be able to learn, store, and retrieve it easily. How about the number 454445000008976656? I am sure you are trying to figure it out. First, I'm sure you know their numbers, okay? But you can't get a full grasp of what it is. Well, the number is 45 quadrillion. And if the word quadrillion is new to you, I know that some of us would take another look at it or pronounce it or learn it. This concept of going forth and back or learning something is called rehearsal. And it helps us to learn things correctly. I recommend that you always go back and quietly learn whatever you must have missed in the past, because sometime in the future, you will need every one of them. We are going to learn some things that are somewhat different from what is conventional. Like working memory, some experts say that it can be stored by attention, but I uncovered that there are other things that our memories collect outside our attention. For example, dreams and imaginations are created from a mixture of known and unknown events in our memory. Even invention and innovation, they do not come from what you've learned already, but sometimes it comes with a mixture of the things you know and some genetic factors, or sometimes your brain will use the entire information in your memory to conjure up something new, generate something new. My observation is that data can be stored through two gates: the conscious one that works with attention and the subconscious that require no attention. These gates are within a container called a hyperspace. That is yet to be fully understood, of course, but within this container, so many modifications happen to what is either strengthens or stores a new memory in our memory bank. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, hyperspace is a space of more than 3 dimensions. As we know that Albert Einstein made us aware of the 4th dimension in his space-time theory. Now, the second definition of hyperspace, it means is a fictional space in which extraordinary events happen. What we should know from all this is that our memories are so amazing that you can be the most brilliant person in this class if and when only you make good use of these principles. In our next class, we are going to learn the technique for memorizing numbers called blue pad. For phrases, you're also going to learn that, or reading your books. The concept is called school pack join. And we have another concept that combines the first two with some little, pseudos or jargons. This is called combo. This helps you to make exceptional decisions. Jargons are everywhere in our everyday lives, but because they do not make sense to you, they do not mean that they are senseless. So when we understand the concept of learning and interpretation, we will do amazingly well in school and everyday life, and especially you should understand that life is an unending school. In this course, you will learn the following: how to learn, store, and retrieve excellent memory, quality and fast decision making, enhanced use of your mind to process information, evaluation and identifying of the best choice of course you can do in tertiary education or the kind of work you should involve yourself with, some behavioral improvements, and finally, optional or selective self-therapy. We also have counseling sessions that are also elective. At this time, I want to welcome you to Changing Memories. Welcome.